Hello Teela Jammers, how are we doing? So it's the month of October. It's a nice, chilly feel that we have. And I guess even though the year is coming to an end, we have to really look inwards. The topic today is, what does saying yes? Oh, I'm just moving closer. Yes. What does saying yes really mean? And obviously, accepting your truth is a big part of this. And our truth lies in how we love ourselves, because that's the basis of all things. That's the frequency, the energy that we, need to, go from. I think also when, like, I was talking to a friend about imposter syndrome, and sometimes we come across like we don't know who we are because, as I always say, we're inundated with messages telling us who we're not and who we are and what we should do and what we should be, and that clogs up, what we actually are. This line of working on ourselves is very much to do with the self-love element. So this is the red theme. But I think also it comes into trust, trusting, where you're going to end up, and it's not necessarily the destination, it's really the journey that you're on. So just trusting that every detour, every avenue, every pavement, every, wrong road that you take is really elevating you and really allowing you to build up that strength. Because trust me, I have been through some dark times, especially this time last year. It was really a really dark time for me. So evaluating that and learning to lean into myself, I guess, and trust in myself is the best part of this kind of saying yes to myself. We talked about saying no in last month, but this month is really saying yes to myself, really, or yourselves, really owning and honoring your values, honoring your intuition, because when you feel and when you know something is off, you have to tune in. You have to tune in to that. Yes, Lynette, this is off. This is not right. Get going. Stay away. Don't do that. And sometimes you may come across, let's say, arrogant, but it is loving yourself. Truly loving yourself is saying, I'm worthy, and whether you like it or not, I am going to, honor that truth of mine. I'm going to say yes to myself and no to you, because what matters to me is my sanity. What matters to me is how I value and love myself. And I think going back to imposter syndrome, sometimes we can be overtaken, and that this is no roadrunner situation. What I mean by overtaken is we can put on a veil, like we can literally unsee ourselves and become what others see us as. So that veil blocks you from, and I mean, I'm looking at myself in the camera right now, but if I go out into the world, I am very much not seeing who I am. I'm not seeing, my facial expressions, but I am being myself. Now, if you have gone through any kind of imposter syndrome moments, any kind of thing that you do, you're kind of over worried, overthinking things. And this can kind of perpetuate bad relationships, toxic relationships, because you are just aiming to please somebody else. You're not being your true self, because you have to reflect what someone else wants. And that is basically saying no to yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be who you truly are. And so I think many people go through it. I think also many people that have codependency characteristics, let's say, because I don't want to say issue. It's really not an issue to kind of feel dependent or conjoined with someone else. I think there are personality types, there are insecurities, trauma that elevate this kind of characteristic. And I think it's important to realize that it's not an issue, it's something that people just need to heal and gravitate away from. And this is why it's so important to say yes to yourself and to really remember that you are love. You don't need to be bought. You don't need to second guess yourself, because that's not loving yourself. If you're second guessing your own gut, your own reality, your own intuition, then that's, codependency coming up and saying, hey, you need to be reassured, you need to be validated, and you don't. You need to say, yes, I've got this. Yes, no matter what happens, you know what, if people think this, it's okay, and this also stems into an inner peace. When you say yes to yourself and things work out well, that literally gives you that inner peace. But you don't want to say no to yourself because you have to please. And then there's that kind of, oh no, if I don't do this, if I should do this, you become overthinking about certain situations. So never stop believing in you. And it has to come from you yourself saying, yes, I believe in myself. I have faith in what I, encourage myself to do, my goals, my desires, my outcomes. Wishes and dreams are, for me, it's child's play. Because we can wish, upon a star, or we can dream about going on holiday. But the reality is I need to oversee the big picture. I need to start off with the big picture and really own, what the whole picture is saying. If we think big and we realize our potential, then we can start to compartmentalize. But if we think small, and we want to please people and we want to do what other people are saying that we should do, that's where, the majority of time we fail. But saying that, we can also fail if we, don't let go of being in control too much. And I say that because sometimes we can say, yes, I can do it, I'll be strong, I'll get on with it. But that's also codependency, coming through. It's, you want to please someone so much that you'll take on so much. And, people won't realize sometimes that, it's the stronger ones that, really need the support. So say yes to support if it's there. Say yes to, offering, a helping hand to someone else so that you also, can receive some help. It's about that balance. But let me know what you think in the comments about saying yes to yourself. Are you saying yes to yourself? I'd like to know. Remember to choose what you love and love what you choose. Take care.